Yes, Dr. Kamal.
Hello, everybody. We can begin now.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening, everybody. Yes. Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Kamal. You are
Yes.
audible.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Just a minute. I will be with you. Just a Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening. You are so welcome for the new session from the series of sessions that Ecotraining Center Sweden held related to the SDGs. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. This is the SDG number 7. Today, we are so pleased to welcome Dr. Shali Tripathi, PhD, to talk about the SDG number 7. She is a PhD holder in microbiology with 14 plus years in education industry. She is an educator, subject matter expert, author, speaker, and healer. She has co-authorized 4 books and has 6 articles and 6 research publications on her name. She is associated with many organizations. She has even bagged many awards and believe in connections, collaborations, and helping everyone. She believes in being positive in all situations. You are most welcome, Dr. Bainashi, and the floor for you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zaba, for introducing me so nicely. Good evening and namaste to everyone from India. I am Dr. Vaishali Tripathi. So I would be sharing my screen now. Let me know if you can see it. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me start a video for you all. Can you hear the sound?
In fact, this is just a little we can hear.
So we
Cannot hear the sound.
Sound is not clear.
Dr. Vayashali, go to the 3 points where there is 3 points, click them and choose share sound.
Yes, doing it. Now can you hear it?
Yes.
cái cho thằng nhỏ đi, nó hư rồi.
Okay. So by now you must have understood that we are going to talk something about energy. And energy plays a very, very vital role in all our life. So my topic for today is so the topic is goal number 7, SDG goal number 7, that is clean energy. Now we all know what are SDG goals, but still I'll be reminding you all because we should keep it as a reminder in our minds that what these SDG goals are. So SDG goals are the global goals. They are universal call to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity. So it is very, very important till 2020 and more than that. SDGs were born at United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012. These were adopted by General Assembly of United Nations in 2015 and 17 goals were set to achieve till 2030. So we have to achieve all the 17 goals by the time 2030. And I think we all are working for achieving those goals. It covers 3 dimensions, measuring society, environment, and economy, with public getting involved in it. Now, these are the 17 goals which the United Nations have given us, and all the schools, everyone around us are trying to achieve these goals at some point of their life. So these are the brief descriptions about the 17 goals. The first goal says that we have to end the poverty. Second says that we have to end the hunger. Third says that we have to ensure lives. Fourth says that we have to ensure inclusive and equitable education. Fifth says that we have to achieve gender equality. Sixth says that ensure availability and sustainable management of water. Seventh says that we have to ensure access to affordable and modern energies for all. Eighth says that promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth. Nine says that we have to resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization. And others, please mute yourself. 10 says that we have to reduce inequality within and among countries. 11 says that we have to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. 12 says that ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. 13 says that we have to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. 14 says that we have to conserve and sustain sustainability. Use the ocean, seas, and marine resources for the sustainable development. 15 says that we have to protect, restore, and promote the use of terrestrial ecosystems. And 16 says that we have to promote peaceful and justice for all. And 17 says that we have to strengthen the implementation of global partnerships for sustainable development. Well, these all goals we all know, but we should keep reminding ourselves about these 17 goals each day so that we do not forget what is happening around us. Now, goal number 7, it says that we have to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy. So I'll be asking you a question. How many of you put your chargers on charging and then forget about it? You can just write in the chat. How many of you do this, that you put the power plugs and then you forget about removing your batteries, you're removing your mobile phones? I think many of you must be doing, even I do sometimes. I forget the charging and I don't plug it off. Even sometimes I forget about the fans to switch off. It is my mistake. But then again, we all are humans and we tend to do mistakes. But again, then we have to improve ourselves. We have to understand the importance of energy, because one day if we are not going to understand the importance of energy, this energy can be a biggest drawback for us. So we have one goal, that is we have to achieve sustainable energy by 2030. So how we can do this? All parties must act and work together to realize a world and sustainable energy for all. So in this, you have to involve your government, you have to involve all the businesses and the civil societies. The actions will be, you have to global action, the global action agenda is there, high impact opportunities are there, monitoring and progress tracking is there, and country actions are there. So everyone, each of us whether a child is there, a man is there, a woman is there, a society is there, or a country is there, or governments are there, all need to involve in this to stop the misuse of energy so that we can keep ourselves protected for future. Now, why SDG 7 is important? Our day-to-day life depends upon different forms of energy. Whether you use fan or you use your laptops, you use your mobile phones. If you have to go or travel somewhere, again, you have to use energy. So energy is involved in every step of your life. Energy is crucial for achieving almost all the sustainable development goals, whether you have to eradicate poverty or you have to do the advanced health or education or water supply and industrialization, or even for combating the climate change that is happening. It is all because of this energy. Agriculture is also dependent upon energy, and even communication. If I am able to talk to you, it's because of this energy that I am able to talk with you. If there is no energy in system, the life will come to stop. People will get frustrated, leading to crimes and other issues. So human growth and economic growth both stops if energy is not properly used. All the SDGs are interconnected, and this goal will directly or indirectly affect the others. Now, some of the facts which I have collected, will like to share with you all. This was the scene in 2010, and this is the scene in latest by 2019. So approximately 1.2 billion people were without the access to electricity, whereas now the scene is like 789 million people are without access to electricity. In India only you can find there are many villages where there is no electricity. People are living in candle lights, or they are having that diyas to light in their houses. So we are still struggling with the energy deficit in India. 3 billion people without access to clean cooking. In India also, you will find that there are a lot of houses in villages, in rural areas, where the women are cooking on chulhas. They don't have proper cooking, clean cooking gases. There is no gas. They are using the coal for their cooking, and they are using the woods for their cooking. And because of that, they are suffering from various type of health issues also. 16.3% share of total final energy consumption is from renewable sources, and it has increased to approximately 17.3 now. So you can understand, with the growing population, the energy consumption is also increasing. Similarly, 5.9 mg per USD was the primary energy intensity till 2010, but it has somehow reduced as the primary source of energy because we have other sources of energies as well. And in 2010, 10.1 USD billion was given to the countries for clean energy, but now the amount has increased to 21.4 USD billion. So you can imagine how fast the population is growing and how fast we are using the energy that is available. 3 billion people rely on wood, coal, charcoals, and animal waste for cooking. This we can see in our rural states and villages in India. And the scene is very bad because the women are suffering from a lot of respiratory diseases, and they are still made to use it because not everyone can afford that 800 rupees costing LPG gas. So it is a very dramatic scene here. Energy is the dominant contributor to climate change, accounting for almost 60% of the total greenhouse gases emission. So you can see that 60% of the greenhouse gases are liberated from this, various types of cooking things we are using, and it leads to greenhouse gases and global warming as well. In 2020, global emissions of carbon dioxide have increased by more than 76%, showing a great alarm. You will find that glaciers are melting and there is a lot of pollution all around us, and we are living in that type of pollution with those carbon dioxide in our breathing, etc. Hydropower is the largest single renewable electricity source today. Providing 16% of the world electricity at competitive prices, means the hydroelectricity is being used, but again, if this way we are going to use some time, it will be happening that this power will also get reduced. Bioenergy is the single largest renewable energy source today, providing 14% of world's primary energy supply. So this is good thing that is happening. Now, SDG 7 has 7 targets. That is 7.1, which says that universal access to modern energy. 7.2 says increase global percentage of renewable energy. 7.3 says double the improvement in energy efficiency, and 7A says that you have to promote access to research, technology, and investments in clean energy. Whereas 7B says that we have to expand and upgrade energy services for developing countries. Now I would like to share a video with you all. Can you hear the sound?
No, not yet.
Make it louder, please.
The sound is very feeble actually. So you must have seen this video and you must have understood everything, how energy is important and how solar energy is being accessed, how hydroelectricity is being accessed, how wind energy is being accessed to produce the need for the population that is growing, and how Rama, Elsa and Yasmin have got their jobs and they are serving the society in various ways, because before that they were not able to harness the energy, but after they got the energy supplies in their home, they were able to help their families grow. So this video explains everything. Next is target 7.1, which says that we have to access to modern energy. Since 2010, more than 1 billion people have gained access to electricity. 90% of the planet's population is connected because of this. 940 million people do not have access to electricity. Even in India, we find this situation that many people don't get access to electricity. India has the third largest deficit with 64 million unelectrified people. So you can understand how the situation is. Target 7.2 says that increase global production of renewable energy. Well, renewable energy is very important. It includes your solar energy, wind energy, it includes biomass, it includes your geothermal, and it includes your waste that you throw out of your house. Even the gobar gas is included in this. So renewable source of energy is very important. It does not cause a lot of pollution, and it is easily accessible. Renewable energy continued its blistering growth pace in 2019, and it has globally increased by 12.2%. And renewable energy consumption has grown at an average annual rate of 13.7. So you can imagine how we are not using it. Actually, we are eating just like any food item that is available at our home. When we see some sweets, how we start eating it after seeing it. Similarly, we are using our energy sources also. So again, I like to share one video with you. Share one thing with you that where I live in Lucknow, almost every other house is having solar panels installed at their roofs, because we all know that nowadays the electricity bills are rising and everyone can't afford the high electricity bills. Because of this, the public is getting aware, and in my society only, almost every other house, including my house where I stay, it is installed with solar panels, and we are using this solar energy to get electricity for ourselves. Even when there is no light and rains is also going on, still we can harness this solar energy for ourselves. Even the small economy people, they are having small panels of solar grids which they keep in their houses, and they are using it for there is one person who is my maid, and she used this for ironing her clothes, and she's using it as a business also. So small solar panels are there installed in our society, where the people who can't afford high electricity bills, they can use these solar panels, and these are very easily available, and they are at affordable cost. So you don't have to pay a lot of money to get these installed at your house. So I recommend everyone that you should have these solar panels installed. You can also use the wind energy. You can install small windmills in your rooftops and use the wind energy also to harness the energy. Next is target number 7.3. It says that we have to double the improvement in energy efficiency. Well, we have the technology to meet the sustainable goal of doubling the global rate of improvement of energy efficiency by 2030. And improvement in energy efficiency guarantees more reliable, affordable, sustainable, and modern energy systems. It requires leadership. It will not be done alone, so it requires leadership. Technical approach is also required. You need technical people to use this energy efficiently. You require stronger regulations. You require a lot of data as how it will be installed or how much amount is to be paid. Every data is to be collected. Then communication is very important, and new collaborative partnerships is also important. It is not necessary that only one person will be providing the different types of energy forms, but there should be other firms also, and we should have new collaborative partnerships. There is improvement in energy intensity of only 1.2% according to IEA, that is International Energy Agency analysis, which means that from 2019 to 2030, global energy intensity must improve by 2.9 annually to reach the goal number 7.3. So it is a difficult task, but I don't think it will be impossible, because if we all pledge ourselves that we will not misuse energy and we will use it in a very positive way, that definitely we can reach this by 2030. Energy efficiency is using technology that requires less energy to perform the same function. So we can, if instead of using the normal bulbs at our home, if we start using LEDs, it will help in reducing the electricity bills, and it will lower the burden on your pockets also. Next is the target 7A and 7B. 7A says that by 2030, we have to enhance international cooperation to facilitate access to clean energy research and technology. Now we have to put our legs into research and technology also, because there are many unresearched sources which we need to find for future. We never know if the population will stop or not, and if population keep on increasing, then we need to find the different sources of energy in nature that are available. And for this, research and development department should come in front, and students and the people in research area should find out the different types of options or alternatives for this energy. 7B says by 2030, we should expand our infrastructure and upgrade technology for supplying modern and sustainable energy services for all the developing countries, in particular least developed countries. That means the countries which are not able to afford high pricing of this technology. Such energy should be provided to them that they are able to afford for themselves. So we have to understand this, how we can do, and then this can be implemented by 2030. Next, what are the action areas? So action areas is that we all know that we require a lot of energy in our household works also, like we need electricity for all the daily life activities, whether it is running a fridge, or you want to start your mobile, a computer, or a TV screen, or you want to use, you have to wash your dish, so dishwasher, etc., etc. You always need lot of energy, lot of electricity in your house. So our electricity demands are increasing day by day, and even our population is increasing day by day. So for this, we need to understand what we can do. For this, burning fossil fuels and producing high greenhouse gases will not be an option, because it will lead to heating of the planet and melting of the glaciers also. So we should understand this also. As an individual, we can increase our energy efficiency by keeping ourselves aware that where there is no use of electricity, we can just turn it off. Like if we are not sitting in, if we all are sitting in a room, then other rooms lights can be switched off. We can sit in one room, enjoy and use all types of works in one room also. If you have to watch TV, you can watch TV. Along with that, you can do all other works like working on your computers, etc. This way you can contribute to reduction of greenhouse gases, and it will reduce the electricity bill as well. Second is energy consumption. Well, we have to use renewable energy sources, because it will reduce the greenhouse emission, and it will also help us in lower the pollution as well as the global warming. So you can contribute to this action by becoming aware of the type of energy that are available, find out which type of renewable energy is there and how you can use it at your home level. Instead of thinking about the societies or about the countries, start thinking from your home itself. You can implement, as I have said you can install various types of solar panels or wind. There are small windmills, winds also, which you can use to harness the energy. Even for transport also, you can use various alternative things. Next is action area. Third is participation. You can involve the students as well as the childrens and make them aware how the energy is important, because many times it happens that in your houses the childrens are playing and then when they leave the room they keep on the fan switch on or the TV is running. So you can just tell them how important the energy is so that they can switch off all the buttons and then leave the room. So making them aware is very important. You can also involve them and make some small plays to demonstrate the use of energy to other students and other people and your local areas also, so that 100% renewable energy can be used and other forms of energies which are harmful can be stopped. In last, I'll also like to share one more video. So please have a look at it.
Saving energy around the home is easy when you know how. Just follow these simple tips and you'll soon enjoy great savings on your energy bill. Did you know that hot water systems are the biggest energy user in most households, accounting for around 30% of a home's energy use? Whenever possible, use cold water instead of hot. Washing your clothes with cold water is a good place to start. The average shower head uses at least 10 litres of water per minute. That's a lot of water. Install a low-flow shower head to greatly reduce the water flow. Take shorter showers. Use a shower timer and try to keep it under 4 minutes. Refrigerators typically account for 15% of a home's energy use. Make sure yours isn't using any unnecessary energy by setting the temperature correctly. 4 degrees for refrigerators and -15 degrees for freezers will ensure safe storage of food and minimal energy use. Do you own a second fridge? If it's only used for drinks, switch it off when you're not using it, or put a timer on it. If you find you never use it, why not get rid of it? It could be adding hundreds of dollars to your energy bill. Appliances on standby account for around 10% of a home's electricity usage. That can cost you well over $100 a year on wasted energy. The easiest way to save energy is by switching off appliances at the wall after using them. Enable the energy-saving features on your computer and switch it off at the wall after use. And of course, don't forget to switch the lights off every time you leave a room. How well your house keeps out unwanted weather doesn't just affect your comfort, it also greatly affects your energy use and bill. Heating and cooling typically accounts for around 25% of a household's energy usage. Check the seals on your windows and door joins to make sure hot or cold air isn't escaping. If it looks like there are gaps, visit your hardware store and ask about materials to improve seals. Only use heaters and air conditioners when you need to, and close doors to stop energy from going to waste. Air conditioning isn't the only way to keep your house cool. Use fans, cross-ventilation and external shading whenever possible. Or for a cheaper, more natural solution, planting deciduous trees on the western side of your house can provide shade in summer while letting light through in winter. Thanks for watching. If you want to...
So I hope this video also must have helped you to understand how energy is important. And I think this is very beneficial, and we should understand that we should not waste energy. Whenever it is not necessary, don't use your TV. You can just switch it off. If you're not using laptop, you can just shut it down. If you're not using your mobiles, just keep it away and don't keep them charging all the time. Don't use full-time showers, because you can just use a small bucket of water to rinse your body and clean your body, because it is not required to use a hefty lot of water to clean your body. So you can do that also. And cold water can also be used as it has been told. So I think these all tips you can implement in your life, and you can save energy and make your life a very happy life. So thank you everyone for watching and hearing.
Thank you very much, very much for the very informative presentation. In fact, I personally got so many new information about saving energy, about types of energy, and how can teaching students and how to save energy and to how to use the energy effectively. In fact, I wrote many questions I wanted to ask you, but you answered them while you are talking about the targets. Really, I appreciate your effort. This is a full presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now we open the floor, open the door for the discussion. If anybody wants to add something or to say something, please.
I want to thank you, Doctor, for this fruitful and informative presentation. Really, so proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, if anyone want to say anything, of course there are so many thanks for you in the chat box, and I think there is many notes, remarks, and question. There is also experiences mentioned here. Mr. Sharif says that we are implementing SDG number 7, encouraging people to install solar energy into our SDG model village, Bangladesh. It's a wonderful motivation session today. Thank you. Would you please, Mr. Sharif, tell us about this model village?
I did not get you. Can you please repeat it?
It is talking about an experiences implementing SDG to encourage people to install solar energy. And he talked about SDG model village.
Is the question in chat?
No, I asked Mr. Sharif if you want to elaborate more about this model. If can, okay, maybe he left. Okay, many thanks. Okay, of course I recorded it in the YouTube. I put the link in the chat box, and you can share it, of course. There is also thank from Salim Akhtar, thanks to Eco-Training Center Sweden to organize informative program, ETC program on clean energy, and also thanks to the Dr. Vaishali to share her knowledge, practices, and experiences. Okay, there is no question here, I think. Okay, many thanks about it. Okay, my question, Dr. Vaishali, about how can we link this SDG number 7 with other SDG goals? I mean, I can understand by using clean energy, we can save the environment. We can save the health system, for example, because the illness will be decreased and the health problems will decrease because of the fresh air, because we are using clean energy. But for example, how can we link it with SDG number 1, 2, 3? I want you to give you just one example, please.
Suppose if you're misusing the energy that is available for you. The goal number 1 says that we have to end poverty, right? If you're misusing the energy, the people will not get a small amount of energy to use themselves. And because of this, if they are using light shade, if they are staying under the light shades on roads also, they will not be able to get that much amount of energy also to harness or use it. So I believe that this will lead to more struggle for their life. So this is connected to goal number 1, as it is my perspective. Goal number 2 says that
Hunger, no hunger.
yeah, zero hunger. Sorry, I just it slipped from my mind. So goal number 2 again says that zero hunger. Now, when the food is cooked, we are using microwaves, we are using electricity to cook, we are using LPG gas. It says that we have to end zero hunger. Now, if the public is not going to get the food, then how we are going to provide, how we are going to end the hunger? So if energy is getting depleted and if there is no electricity or no LPG gas or no renewable energies, then people will not get anything to eat and will not be able to end the zero hunger also. So that is also very, I feel that this is also connected. Then goal number 3 says that we have to have good health and well-being. Again, same thing I am saying, that if energy is not there, if electricity is not there, how you are going to provide good health? How you are going to implement the different types of machineries which are there for your good health, for your well-being? And if it is not properly used, again you will not be fit and fine, and the body will be affected, and you will not have access to various type of machines that are available for checking and monitoring your health conditions. So how you're going to maintain your good health if proper clean energy and accessible energy is not there? So I believe that 1, 2 and 3, you can understand how they are connected, and it is my perspective, my thought process. Again, economic and social affairs for goal number 4. SDG, I believe that if accessible energy is not there, and we are not able to access the energy that is available, whether it is renewable sources of energy or non-renewable sources of energy also, still somewhere our economic conditions will also hamper. We will not be able to grow properly because everything is connected to technology, and if technology is connected with energy, then this will also create a lot of mess, and we will not be able to get what we have to achieve economically and socially. So I believe that first 4 goals are easily connected with it. Education, if you see education also everywhere, if you are nowadays, due to pandemic time, you can see that we are using online classes, everything. That also requires energy, because without energy your laptop will not work, your mobile phones will not work, and how you're going to conduct the online classes. So I believe that energy plays everywhere, it is playing a very vital role in your life, and all the goals are connected with it. So this is my answer for this.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. In fact, we have another question related. There is misconceptions between the modern energy and let's say renewable and sustainable resource of energy. Are they the same?
I believe they are same, because we say modern energy is renewable sources of energy. So I believe that all the renewable sources of energies are kept into the modern sources of energy. We don't include charcoal or woods in this, because they comes under non-renewable sources of energy. So modern sources of energy includes your solar energy, your wind energy, and your biomass energy, etc. So I believe that they are one and the same. They are not different.
Yes. There is also a remark, due to the high cost, many farmers have changed from diesel tube well to solar tube well. Yes. Do you think that the new energy is more costly than the traditional ones?
Pardon me, please, can you repeat?
Are the new resources of energy more costly? Cost a lot?
If you are going to install solar panels, or suppose solar turbines also, which I think in question also, in someone has written solar tube wells. So during installation you may have to pay some bigger amount, but when it starts to give you the feed, it starts to give the revenues back to you, then you will feel that whatever you have invested, it is not that costly. So in the beginning, you'll have to pay, like if you go to buy a mobile, obviously you will be buying a costly mobile. But since you have to use so many things, you have to take online classes, you have to do many things on your mobile, you have to do your office work. So investing that much amount of money in that will not be that bad for you. So I believe that yes, somewhere they are costly, but after some time they start giving you proper revenues, and they are good for using. You don't have to think that they are costly. So this is my answer.
Okay, from my side, I can say if you want to talk about the solar and the wind energy as a clean resources, they are mostly free. Only the beginning installation maybe cost a lot in the beginning, but after that it needs only maintenance. But if you want to talk about nuclear energy, maybe it costs a lot, and we know that the world is heading to decrease the using of the nuclear nuclear energy. But unfortunately, many countries still depend on the nuclear energy for generating electricity or for doing other things like trains or factories or like this. But in general, I know that, and we all know that using clean and free resources will help the heal the world, heal the environment, and save the resources for the next generations.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Dr.
Okay.
Kamal, can I ask a question?
Of course. Here you are.
Okay. Dr. Vaishali, namaste.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Namaste.
I'm Murugan from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
I just want your personal opinion and view on the usage of hydroelectric compared to solar panel or wind energy. In countries like in Southeast Asia, hydroelectric is very, very cheap. And we have been using hydroelectric more than 50, 60 years or more than that. But now the influence of solar energy is coming in. What is your opinion? Do you think that we should maintain the hydroelectric, or we should convert to solar? Because one thing, solar is cheap, but at the same time, in this part of the world, this region, hydroelectric is superly cheap. What is your opinion?
Well, I believe that it totally depends on the places, because all the places have different temperature, different regions, and if suppose in your area, if hydroelectricity is been used since 56 years, then I think that it would be more better, because your area may be more towards the hydroelectricity instead of solar panels. But if I if I talk about my state, that is Uttar Pradesh, and my state is extremely heated, and if we start using solar panels, then the load of electricity will reduce on the public. So it depends totally. I believe it depends totally upon region to region, how the regions are, and accordingly the governments and the public can decide what type of energy they need to harness for themselves and how it will affect their pockets. This is what I believe.
Thank you, Doctor. But in long run, solar panels will become the item to be used. But when it comes to nature-friendly, hydroelectric might not be a good option for nature-friendly. But nevertheless, countries like Malaysia, we still depend on hydro because the rivers are available superbly here. Water is very popular, and the power of the water is there. So we still depend on hydro compared to India, Nepal, or even in Pakistan.
Yeah, actually, that's the same thing I'm saying, that it depends on the region to region. We don't have rivers, and our rivers get flooded only during rain. But what about the other seasons? So we suffer many times because of this thing. And hydroelectricity in India will maybe somewhere it will be helpful, but not in long run, because the population of India is also increasing, and it may somewhere. Means water deficiency may also come, but if you see the solar energy, it will not go anywhere. It will be there all the time. Even if there is no rain, the solar will be always there. So for India, I believe that solar energy is more beneficial and more trustworthy in the near future. And as I told you, in our society only, every other alternate house have installed solar panels. So I believe that solar energy is going to be a big hit in India.
What is the percentage of usage of solar panel in proportion of Indian population?
Actually, it has recently gained its installation, so I can't tell you that much. But if societies like our societies, if there are, then almost 50% of the population may have installed the solar panels in India. If I consider my society, it is quite big. So society is like
50% is a big number.
Yeah, it is big number, but I think that it is trending a lot, and even in villages also I have seen some people have installed solar panels. While I was traveling somewhere, so I found that many houses, since they don't have access to proper electricity, so they have implemented this, installed this solar panels. So I believe that may not be 50%, maybe less than 50%, but still Indian people are getting attracted towards installing these solar panels.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. There is a question from Mr. Sulaiman. What is the difference between green energy and green energy?
Well, green energy is all the energy that we get from natural resources. And whatever we get from natural resources is clean energy only. Like you get solar energy is your green energy, your wind is your green energy. So I believe that they are one and the same thing, not much difference.
Okay. Also, okay. There is also a question from Mr. Salim. He says, solar panel work on solar light. I've come to know that new technology is going to thermal panel instead of light panel. It is true. It will be more effective than solar panel by thermal panel. We can use at night time solar energy. Please explain. From my side, I can't understand this question. Would you please, Mr. Salim, explain?
Miss, I'm not getting the question. Can you please repeat it?
Mr. Salim, can you say it again, please?
Thank you. My question is that mostly we use the solar panel in the daytime, which work on the just on light. But and somebody tell me that no, the new technology is going to the solar panel work on the thermal, not on the light. So it is, if it come to know the new technology come on the thermal, so I confirm that the thermal may be more effective and more valuable than solar light. I confirm from Dr. Vishal that we are going on thermal energy because we have lot of energy in the solar sun. So at the night time, we can't use the solar panel which work on the just light. And if we change into the thermal energy, we can use it at the night time. Is it true?
Yes, but then thermal panels will be very costly, and I feel that I don't know whether public will be able to afford that much of cost. So talking on this topic at this time will not be feasible. Means I don't think that it will be good to use thermal panels instead of that, because they will be more costlier than the normal our solar panels.
Yes, new technology always costly, but if it comes, it may be, I think, more better than the light panel, because through this it is a renewable energy, and we use it throughout the day instead of just every day.
Yeah, but then implementing it at household means I don't know whether it has been implemented yet or not. For bigger levels, we can use it, like thermal power stations are there, but at ground level, if it is reaching houses, that I have no idea. So sorry for that. I can't answer this question.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. In the end of this session, I want to thank Dr. Vaishali for this very informative presentation. It was very interesting. Thank you again, and thank you for the participants for their discussions. Waiting you, and after 2 days, next Tuesday, I'm talking about SDG number 8. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Kamal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very much,
everyone.
doctor.
Bye,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Ganago.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
How are you?
done.
Are you
I will
ready?
ask one question. Yes, I will
Would you
ask
please,
one question.
would you
I am
please
waiting.
open your
I am
camera?
wait.
Open
I
your
am
camera
waiting.
for photos.
I am waiting for you.
Thank
Open
you.
your
Thank
cameras
you.
for photos, please.
Thank
Let me
you.
be for the next time. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Good
Bye
luck.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah. See you.